Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at SEC best bets for this Saturday, second to last weekend in the regular season. So a lot of important matchups. Kevin Rogers with you, and let's bring on Brian Edwards to talk about some of the big matchups in the Southeastern Conference coming up on Saturday. And Brian, let's begin Arkansas and Alabama. The Crimson Tide creeping closer towards getting into that college football playoff. They still have work to do. They have Auburn next week, but Arkansas this week. Your thoughts on the Razorbacks and the Crimson Tide?
I like the Razorbacks. I've been waiting for it to go to 21, and it has this morning, and even 21.5 at FanDuel. This Arkansas team is good, man. 7-3 straight up. The losses being obviously they got it handed to them at Georgia, but they only lost by 1. At Ole Miss decided to go for 2. And then, what was a close game most of the way, got away from them against Auburn, and they lose by 15. But, they are 10-4 against the spread as an underdog under Sam Pittman. They are 5-2 against the spread as road underdogs under Sam Pittman. And, Alabama, they did cover against New Mexico State, but against LSU, never threatened to cover, nearly got beat at home. The Tennessee game was a 7-point game with 13 minutes left. Now, they did play really good at Mississippi State and against Ole Miss. So, they've had good games, but, their offense has not looked great. It didn't look great against LSU. And I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like your old school Bama team, and it is a bit of a look ahead. I know they have no room for error, so they should be laser fed in the Iron Bowl being on deck. So I'm going to go with the Razorbacks plus 21.
All right, now let's take a look at the next matchup. Florida and Missouri. They meet up in Columbia at Faurot Field. Both teams right now not playing great. Missouri's coming off a win over South Carolina. Florida beat Samford, but both teams at 5-5. An important win for bowl possibilities for Dan Mullen and the Gators. But what do you think about this matchup with the Gators favored there over a touchdown at Missouri?
Well, the Gators haven't really been motivated, since the Kentucky game for the most part, and they've given their coach increasingly on the hot seat. They've seemingly given less and less effort every time out. The defense has given up 49, 34, 40, and 52 points in the last 4 games, 52 to an FCS team. LSU is 13th in the SEC in rushing yards, and they went for more than 300 against the Gators. South Carolina is 11th in the SEC in rushing yards. They went for, I think it was north of 280 on the ground. And so now Florida's run defense is going to stop Tyler Beatty, who leads the SEC in rushing yards. No, Beatty's got 1,239 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns, 6.2 yards per carry average. He also has 50 catches, 337 yards, 4 touchdowns. He is going to he's going to crucify Florida's defense. Florida will score points. I'm not against the over, even though it's a high number in the 66, 67 range. But Missouri's the play. I think they're going to win outright. They have it at Arkansas on deck, which will be a tough ask to win there. And so with a 5-5 record, they're trying to get bowl eligible here. Florida knows that even with a loss, Florida will be motivated against FSU at home, a packed crowd and, rivalry game. But even if they lose this game, they can get bowl eligible with a win over FSU. So I think Missouri will be the team that plays harder, is more motivated. They're at home. They're catching points. All about Mizzou and get some money line as well.
All right, so Brian, on Mizzou against Florida coming up on Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday night, it's South Carolina and Auburn as they meet up. And again, you try to avoid the letdown spot with the Tigers playing Alabama next week. But also, South Carolina beat Florida a few weeks ago. They lose to Missouri last week, so we'll see what the Gamecocks can do here down the stretch.
Yeah, South Carolina is 4-1 straight up, 3-2 against the spread at home. I think at Clemson on deck, kind of like Missouri, their chances of winning are much better. Although Clemson's not all that, but at home here, I think, and Bo Nix being out, and not only that, but Anders Carlson, second team All SEC last year, their place kicker, because Harsin decided to go for 2 down 9. If he doesn't go for 2, he makes a 1-possession game, and they don't have to do an onside kick with like 3. I want to say there's like 3:50 left in the game, and his kicker tears his ACL. And then on the injury report, the backup kicker also got hurt a few weeks ago. So I don't know what they're going to do in terms of field goals and extra points. I guess they probably have a third kicker, a walk-on, or they got to go to the punter or punters. I'm not sure. But Auburn will be missing Bo Nix and their top 2 field goal kickers. So that could be an issue. And South Carolina at night at home to get bowl eligible. Look, South Carolina had some lean years the last couple of years under Muschamp. They like this team. It will be a packed house. It'll be rocking at Williams-Brice, and I think that'll have a factor on the young quarterback who Finley obviously got 5 starts for LSU last year and was great in that comeback against Georgia State. But he's going to be in a tough road environment, and I like South Carolina plus the 7.5.
All right, so Brian on 3 underdogs this week, and let's recap his picks as he likes Arkansas plus the points against Alabama. Also, Missouri is a home dog against Florida, and South Carolina getting the points at home against Auburn. And you can check out all of Brian's picks at Vegas Insider. Brian, thanks a lot for the time, and as always, best of luck.
Thanks, K-Raj. Have a good one.
All right, you too. And there is Brian Edwards. And before we get out of here, I want to tell you about WinBet. And with WinBet, the $1,000 risk-free first sports bet. When you download the WinBet mobile sports book and you're a new patron, you can get a $1,000 risk-free first bet with a $20 minimum first deposit and eligible sports bet. When you use the promo code VI bonus, that means if you lose your first wager, you get it back up to $1,000 as a free bet credit that you can use for another bet. The WinBet promo code will expire soon, so make sure to grab it while you can. Must be 21 years or older and in a legal betting state. You can download the WinBet mobile sportsbook app on iOS or Android devices. That is WinBet. I am Kevin Rogers, and our thanks again to Brian Edwards for joining us. And as always, best of luck with your bets.